Hello, we started already.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Here is Miriam. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Miriam, please.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I don't know how many people are there.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. The volume of the YouTube low. So.
Hello. Yes. Yes, please. I can hear everything you're saying. Well, I will just introduce our presenter today and just let you know. Yes.
I think your YouTube is running with the.
Oh no, I don't have the YouTube open.
Oh, Rebecca, can you close your microphone?
Sure.
Yeah. Who's the one? Is it? Rebecca, can you close your microphone? Sure. Rebecca, your microphone, please. Close it. Who's the one? Is it? Rebecca, can you close your microphone? Rebecca, your microphone is a problem. Sorry, people. Oh, it's me. It was me. Sorry. Okay, Miriam, microphone is yours.
Okay. Yes. Well, I will introduce you to our presenter today. He's Luis González Medina. He's Chilean electronic engineer, and he has spent the last 7 years traveling and working um, remotely doing software. And he's also been volunteering for the Cultural Network for the Human Fraternity since 2001, um, where he started to practice yoga and meditation and learn topics related with consciousness and awareness. He also had been given yoga, meditation, stretching, and self development workshops in Latin America, Australia, and Asia. And nowadays he's traveling in Asia, sometimes giving free open yoga lessons in parks. That's how I met him. And volunteering also in a project called Awareness Online Talks. This is an open invitation, and we appreciate uh, if you can share all the information that you will get from here. We're just starting this project, and it's about Luis doing several online talks. And as I said to you, is everybody's welcome to join us and learn a bit more.
Well, there will be not just me. I'm planning to invite a few more people. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you very much,
No worries.
Rebecca. Thank you for Becky. She did the design of the graphic we're using for this promotion. Thank you, everyone. We've been running a few sessions of meetings online. So tonight they're helping me to conduct this meeting. Can you put the slides?
Sure.
So, okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Sorry, we started a little bit late. I was running late, sorry. So what we're going to talk tonight is about Pratyahara. Is one of the subjects of the yoga, the 8 limbs of the classic yoga. And specifically, we're going to talk about how to manage our emotions based in yoga and some of the classic traditional psychology new discoveries. So, yeah, the next one, please. So, have you seen people is like this? Sometimes we find out people that is oh my God, so terrible. You had to wearing you have to protect yourself from some people that is just making a big messy around with all the emotions. Well, this is what we're trying to. Hey, Rebecca, everyone is seeing what you have in camera. Huh? There's more people with you. Cool. You're international now. Everyone say no problem. Okay. Well, what we're gonna try to do is not to be like these people, like a dragon going around and burning people with the things we say or with the things we behave from our emotions. The next one, please, Miriam. So, how essentials for a happy and meaningful life are our emotions? And this is what we're gonna try to answer tonight through the talking. The next one, just briefly. So, so a little bit of what we're gonna talk about. So you will feel comfortable. If you think it's boring, you could fall asleep, no problem. But put the volume on your computer low because we might gonna shout sometimes, so we're gonna wake you up. Well, what can you expect from tonight? We're gonna speak a little bit of all of this, but I want to focus more on your questions if there are questions around there. So I'm gonna speak a little bit about all of these things. So emotions and diseases, how they are related, or perspective of the traditional yoga, the classic schools, modern psychology point of view, and if we have time, and I hope we have, we're gonna try to do a few exercises. That's something we can do online for you guys to have something actually practical. Mhm. So feel comfortable. It's a very open talk, open for everyone. If you have to leave, no problem. Uh, I hope you guys can participate in the chat. You could make any question and interrupt the talk, no problem. And if you feel like falling asleep, it's okay. You can do it. I'm not gonna see it. The next one, please. So questions. So we finished already. No. Next one. This was just the abstract. Okay. How the emotions are related with diseases or sickness. We got a few there. It's just a few ones, just a few ones, just a few of emotions that are related with sickness in the body because we tend to believe that we've been teach as well. We've been teach as well, like our physical body is separated from our mind and separated from our emotions. But if you study deeply, like yoga tradition or another healthier or another consciousness and wisdom traditions, we could get to know that it's all connected. So like physical, emotional, and mental is all connected. So whichever I think, it will become an emotion, and whenever became an emotion, if it stay there with the years, it could become something physical that manifests in my body through a sickness. I mean, we're talking about negative emotions. So the mechanism of the negative emotion when we accumulate the negative emotions is that the negative emotion gets stored over there. Maybe they get stored in some of our muscles, some of the fibers of our muscles, and then with the years it became a sickness. It could be just a pain, or it could be tensions and later pain, and then later a sickness in one of our organs. So this is why there's so many studies around that relate negative emotions with sickness, and this is how, how it works. We can explain a little bit more about this, but it's so sad nowadays that there's so many people having so many diseases like cancer, like well, autoimmune disorders, or all this over there. And this it's is actually, if you start to heal our emotion, we could realize like we can start to feel better. When we're feeling better, our body starts to react to become more healthy. So the next one, Miriam. So this is just a few examples. This is just a few examples how some emotions are connected to my body. For example, if I feel depression, or anger, I could develop tensions in my headache and headache, or migraines, or chronic back pain in my back, or fibromyalgia. I don't know how to pronounce that in English. If I don't manage my anger, I can develop high blood pressure, heart disease. I could even have a heart attack if I don't manage my anger, and if I don't manage my sense of loving, uh, connected, and love the people around me. If I don't manage my fear or my anxiety, I might develop sickness on my knees, irritable bowel syndrome, mitral valve collapse, heart palpitations, and then if I full of resentment, am I gonna have autoimmune disorders or rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, some of those ones, some of those ones. Hmm? Important thing here is to just explain briefly. I'm not the expert on the subject, but is to understand that how connected is my mind, my emotions, and my body. So whenever I'm having a episode of extremely anger, I will start to store all that energy inside me. So it doesn't go for all of the people around; it goes to me as well. So the first thing that starts to happen is start to tension some muscles in my body, and then internal organs, the muscles that manage the internal organs as well. And that if I continue doing this with the years, I will develop a sickness. So this is one of the things that how important could be emotions to have a happy life. Because if I'm sick, it's impossible to have a happy or a connected life because my energy is just going through my sickness. Okay, the next one, please. I want to see if there's anyone connected. Not yet. Okay. So what the modern psychology says about emotions, a few of the things that what modern psychology say about emotions is whichever is outside our belief system, we're not we're not gonna apply. We're not gonna do it. It's not gonna be part of us. So when I'm talking about how to deal with my emotions, how to deal with myself in my conduct, or how to be more happy, I have to do things that are inside my beliefs. So what are we talking about? Why are we talking about this? Because um, when I let my emotions go widely, and I'm not really observing them, I could just don't control myself. So it's totally on this control. And there's a few there's 5 basic emotions that I didn't put here, but it's uh, these 5 basic emotions are fear, happiness, love, and anger, and sadness. So these 5 basic emotions are very healthy to live. It's not like we have to suppress our emotions. I was explaining in the invitation that it's very sad from that we don't receive a properly education on how to manage our emotion. We don't receive emotional education, on schools or on childhood, and even our parents, they don't know. They don't know how the subject, and it's very, very important because we actually, in our childhood, is starting to receive opposite messages like don't be angry, don't be sad, don't show all your affection, There's all negative emotion. Why not? Because we start to, if you follow the messages through our life, we start to suppress, we start to hide our emotions, start to believe that our emotions are something negative, we start to hide them, and then we start to suppress them. And then if we start to suppress them, the emotion doesn't disappear, the emotions still are there. And the emotions needs to express itself. The emotions are not negative, they are showing something to know more about ourselves. So when this basic emotion that is very healthy to leave them, when we are in unbalanced way, so when we everything that became unbalanced or exaggerated, it became unhealthy. So anger, it became hatreds, and then became unhealthy. Fear, it became paranoia, like fear, I'm afraid of everything. Or if I love so much that I can't really control my love, I can't manage my love, I became obsessive. I want everything for me. I want all my loved ones. I want them to be by my side. I don't let them breathe. I don't give them space or freedom to do themselves. And happiness, we could say like, what's the problem of having more happiness? This happiness is very nice. It's very good. But if I too happy, I start to develop like I don't know exactly what, but I start to develop this. I'm so happy that I don't know how to do without all my energy, and I became too much activation. I start to break things. I just see people sometimes going out from stadiums, and they're so happy with the team won the cup or something like that, and they start to break things in the city. Well, this is one way of showing happiness, which is not very healthy, not very positive. So it became something else. And then sadness. If I had too much sadness inside and became much more of a healthy situation, it became depression, and it's very hard to come out from depression. And then when these emotions, with these five emotions, some of them are expressing in an exaggerated way, I could develop sickness. This is how the process go. If I don't manage my sadness, if I don't leave my sadness, it became a depression, and then it became some sickness. My anger as well. We just saw how the anger make could create sickness related with the heart, and many and other cases. But the thing is, uh, for having a happier life, we have to develop a sense of living of emotions in a healthy way. And this is come why we're talking about the belief system here, because if we've been teach in our childhood like express our emotions is something bad, we will keep that in our adulthood. So when we grow, and then we will keep thinking like, no, it's not a good thing to express my emotions, but I have to. Sometimes I could say anger is negative. Like I said, no, you don't need to be angry. Why not? Sometimes I have to put limits to other people. The people want to cross my limit. The people sometimes, I don't know, people ask me for money and I don't want to give money to them. And I sometimes have to be, come on, I don't want to give you money. Or some people want me to do something, or some people I let money to people and they don't give me back. So I have to become sometimes angry to put limits. When someone wants to abuse me, or someone wants to touch me, if I don't want to be touched, I have to put limits. So it's 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 if I don't do this, it's violence against myself. We're gonna review the yamas and the yamas on the yoga tradition, and we're gonna see it from the emotional point of view. We're gonna speak a little bit about this later. So, but the message is to leave these five basic emotions is very healthy, and please just do it, but just try to do it in a balanced way. In a balanced way. The next one, when we talk about the development of emotions in the psychology tradition, we have to speak about one man, which is Daniel Goleman. How you guys listen to me? I can't listen anything. I don't know if I'm speaking alone or is everything going okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. So Daniel Goleman, he wrote about emotional. He was not the first one writing about this, but he wrote about how this is emotional intelligence is even more important than IQ, like IQ. Like it's even more important than having a being smart from the rational point of view, because he spoke about a lot about social interactions and how someone could change the emotional uh, feelings of a whole group just being a nicer person. So he pointed out a few points to how to manage your emotions, how to grow. A lot of people using this for leadership because they say that a leadership has to know how to control, manage the emotions to be a good leader. But it's go beyond that. It's about no, the line is not breaking. We just skipping. Maybe it's your internet, Rebecca.
Sorry, Luis.
Yeah,
There.
Rebecca just sent me a message. She asked me if the line is breaking.
Oh, I can hear you very clearly all the time.
Okay,
So
yeah,
for me,
sorry.
it's good. I was
Yeah.
just gonna ask you because we have a question. Michael is asking how did the reshaping of this like scheme that you were showing before, and I was wondering the same. How it actually works? This, those
Um.
drawings.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between them, or how do they work? How do we do the reshaping?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna come back about this when we start to
Okay.
talk about the the proposal of yoga, because the path of the yoga is one of the way how we
Okay.
reshape our assumptions or belief system, and to be part of our emotions and be part of our work. Thank you for the question. Yeah, we will come back later to this.
Perfect.
So we were talking about Daniel Goleman, and then he pointed out a few ways to manage your emotions: is self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. So it's all about. I'm not gonna enter here so much. It's just pointed out for you guys if you want to get some more information. His books are a very good one and nice to read. It's a lot about that emotions are not fixed. Our emotional intelligence, our capacity to deal with our emotions and to deal with the emotions with others is not fixed. We can change it. And there is ways to change it. Through self-awareness, to getting to know ourselves, to develop strong belief system. What is my core, the core of the things that on my essentials, the things to have clear the things I can do and the things I cannot do in life. This is good. The to self-awareness, I could do self-management, like self-control. So sometimes I don't, if I feel extremely angry, maybe I don't need to express those emotions now. I could wait a little bit. And principally, like self-observation. We develop that in yoga as well, the self-observation, the transparency, to be honest, to be adaptable, to have strong motivation, to have initiative to change. Social awareness to how I manage my emotions with the people are surrounding me. So empathy and develop orientation to the service to serve other people as well. When I'm serving other people, when I'm doing something without expecting nothing in return, I realize that sometimes people is suffer more than me. So my sufferings maybe are not something like the end of the world. Okay, and relationship management, like helping others to the change as well. So it's basically the things we're learning, we we share with others without reservations. And in teamwork, building work, this is all about groups as well. So, okay, well, let's change to yoga. What the yoga have to say about this? Can you change the slide, Miriam? I'm using here something that a friend of us made. Her name is Nina, and then she made this wonderful schema of the eight limbs of yoga. And in the core tradition of the yoga, in the more classic and serious school of yoga, you always gonna see they always gonna speak about the eight limbs of yoga. I just gonna present them here very briefly because then we're gonna come back to this one, but from the management of emotions point of view. But this is a whole subject. Like we could study this for years. We could go see it very briefly, but we could go really deep into this. And yeah, so it was developed by Patanjali. He was a yoga philosopher, lived like 1,000 years before this, and then he take all the Samkhya and the yogic tradition that was not very organized, and then he structured and he developed. He wrote it down as a system. He didn't create the yoga system, but he wrote it down the thing. The previous one, please, Miriam. We're still talking about the eight limbs of yoga. So what Patanjali proposed, and his text, which is actually like a very like verses, he proposed this the yoga path as a the yoga as a path with very clear and defined steps. We usually start with asanas, but before that, in the classic and the old yoga school, they start with yama and niyama, and that is kind of personal rules and observances. On the yamas, we have a non-violence. We have truthfulness, to say the truth all the time. We have not stealing. We will come back to that. We have aparigraha, like you don't accumulate, and we have brahmacharya, like control of your energy. On the niyamas, which is observances, it's like niyamas but a bit plus. So we have Sauka, which is purity or cleanliness. We have Santosa, like contentment, like develop the attitude of be happy all the time. Tapas, which is this discipline. Discipline is our life. Svajaya, which is self-study. And Ishvara Pranidhana, which is surrender to the self, or surrender to something that is bigger than us. Or dedicate our lives to something that is bigger than us. So it's not my life, it's not just me, I'm working for something else as well. This is the idea. As well is like surrender. What I see, like, I don't know what this thing is happening. It's just relax and surrender and let the life flow for me, and then the life will give me the answers. Okay, then just after that, the classic yoga schools on the old tradition, they allow you to start to practice asanas, which is the posture, which is the yoga postures. Asanas had to be comfortable and stable. But the asanas is the classic yoga. We know the postures with the yoga, and all these kind of things we see, and then some people putting the two legs in the back of your head and these kind of things. Well, we don't need to do all of that. We can do very simple asanas to have the most important is the deep connection with ourselves. It's part of our self stuff. Pranayama is to get the most we can from the energy which is surrounding us. They speak about the prana, which is the energy present in the whole universe. Is the energy present in atoms? There are places with more prana and places with less prana. when the air is clean, there's a very good prana, and you can feel that you're breathing, and then you're feeling like, oh, I love more. But there's another ways to get prana as well, as when you're feeding yourself, with your diet, when you're eating something, when you really have consciousness of what you awareness of what you're eating, as well, you're getting much more energy for the aliments that you actually get if you're not conscious. And then it came Pratyahara, which is what we're gonna speak mostly about here, which is in the classic yoga school they speak about, which is withdrawal of senses and perceptions. But then here we have something different to speak about. We just briefly here on Pratyahara because we're gonna speak longer about this. And then it came another three ones, which is on the top. They usually call the Samyama. So the Samyama is kind of a triangle, which is a concentration, meditation, or samadhi, which is illumination, the three ones. And it's basically the path of became connected, realize the connection that me and the universe, we are just one thing. We're not separated. I'm not separated from all of us. And it is very interesting here. Yeah, we're not going to speak about this because this is to maybe still not in our belief systems, like we are part of the universe. Like we have to live a lot of experience to really reach that point of connection. It's not that easy. So we have to reshape our belief systems to really enter on this. And the yoga proposed all this path. So it's very interesting here that the yama, niyama, asana, and pranayama is shaped like four things, and it's a square. And then we have the triangle in the top, which is samyama, dhrana, jnana, samadhi. And then we have the pratyahara, which made the connection between these two ones. So this is why it's so important to be honest and to be truthfulness with your emotion and your and manage your perceptions is essential to connect with your inner being and to actually have some experience of, of, of connection with something that's bigger than you. Without being honest with your emotion, you're not gonna reach that. And it's interesting as well. Like if you follow the seven chakras, we have the third chakra here, which is the expression, is the connection, with the two ones, with the three here and the four here, seven. And Pratyahara made the connection with the four and the three. So we can draw the triangle, the square, and the point in the middle is a symbol, and the whole system, another symbol, like another circle. Okay, the next one. So what the classic authors says about yogas here is just some of the classic. There's not all of them. Of course, there are a lot more authors, classic authors on the yoga system. Vivekananda, Aurobindo, Sivananda, and Iyengar. Just a few of them. But most of them say that Pratyahara is a subtraction of your perceptions and emotions. Is a part of the part when you retain, you develop a sense of concentration. So it doesn't matter what's happening outside. So it doesn't matter what is happening with my perception. Because if you speak about emotion, there's a way to feel. It's a connection with those sides. So we first have all sensations, and then we have our perceptions, and then we have our emotions. So this is how it believes. Everything in our mind happens so fast that we actually don't realize how the separation between these three steps or the things that occur inside ourselves. But then, if you start to observe yourself, if you practice meditation, for example, you will realize that observing yourself, you will start to realize that first you have the sensation, which is something we get through the five senses. Then we have the perception when it's already some memory applied to that and already some emotion. When I apply memory to the perceptions, the sensation, sorry, I start to feel emotions. So, for example, I could listen something. I could listen a car passing through close the street, and then I could realize like, okay, that's a car, but it's just a vibration of waves in the space, that get to my ear and I can listen. But then I process the information. I could say, okay, it's related to a memory. So I could say that that sound is a car. And then I could leave it even further because I could say if I get hit by a car in my childhood, am I gonna remember that moment and I will feel the stress and then oh, and then this is how the sensations, perception, emotions works. But when you are aware of all the process, you can actually stop and concentrate yourself without become the sensation to feel perception and to feel emotions. And that's how we can see people that are actually control their own senses and they they put nails in their skin, they cross the nails and they don't feel any pain or something. This ways to control that. But that's not the objective of the classic yoga schools. It's not the goal. The goal is to develop consciousness, not to make some shows to other people and to show how amazing and wonderful all the superpowers I could get and not feeling pain even. This is kind of a circus yoga. Huh? And well, but yeah, but it's very interesting. Like they always speak about to connect, to really connect with yourself, to really live the experience of feel myself connected to others. Miriam, you are into devices now.
Yeah, I was just trying something.
Okay,
Sorry.
can you blow your microphone? It's okay. Can you blow your microphone and then?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. So the next one, please. So, well, I was talking about the classic point of view of the yoga. The classic point of view of the yoga, when they speak about Pratyahara, the classic authors, they speak about subtraction of your perception. But on the other hand, we have Serge Raynaud de la Ferrière, who was the guy, the master that introduced the cultural network for the human fraternity. It's a worldwide organization nowadays, present in like 26 countries, and we don't have so many in Asia now, or in Europe, just 3 countries. But he developed a whole corpus, like integrating many of the traditions of yoga and all the traditions of knowledge to bring a message of unification of the whole knowledge in the humanity. So it's very interesting. More or less, if you don't know him, he bring a very interesting message of reunion of all the traditions and stop fighting between religions because we are part of just one whole thing. Well, he said about Pratyahara that he doesn't believe that the great yoga master were trying to kill the perceptions or emotions, but to manage them. So he said like it's it is possible with a deep yoga practice to actually um, control your sensations and perception that you don't even feel pain anymore, or you don't even listen what is happening outside, or you don't see, or you don't. And it's even one of the classic postures related with the Pratyahara, which is this one I'm going to show. So it's like you closing everything like this. And then with this posture, if you practice for a few minutes, like all the perception come to inside. All the perception come to inside. It's just one practice to really go inside. So the people when they speak about Pratyahara, they usually pointed out this yoga posture. I don't remember the name now. But the interesting thing, the message of Raynaud de la Ferrière here is to say Like he doesn't see it productive to kill your perceptions. Instead of that, he say manage them, even not control them, manage them. So like to have like a switch, like I can turn it on and off whenever I need it, but don't kill them. He even say like he tried to accelerate his beating heart so he have a plus of energy. But after a few days, he realized that what was the point? What's the point of having extra energy if I'm not really using it? So he just say like autonomous system must run by itself, and it's very necessary. And it's have a the nature, your body have their own knowledge, and then we not need to negate this knowledge, the own wisdom of their own body. So he would just say like follow the wisdom of your body.
So,
Um,
Luis,
yeah,
can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Just sorry
yeah,
to interrupt you. Michael
yeah.
was asking, so just to double check, the three things are sensation first, perception, and emotion. Is that how it
I
is?
would say yeah, yeah, because the thing that came from your senses,
Okay, so in that sequence, right? Like
that
first
sequence. The
you feel
first
it,
is the
second you perceive the things on your own, according to your own experience, and then you feel the emotion.
yeah, yeah, in that order, in that order.
Okay,
Can you change to the next one, please?
sure.
Oh, so one of the things in the yoga tradition is to avoid the sita vritti. I don't know how to pronounce this very well. They say sita vritti are the it's like hurricanes in your brain. So most of the things about manage and control your emotions in the yoga tradition is about to control your mind. You know, when I was doing my my final work for degree, I work in modeling the waves of the oceans to try to model the waves. And I come to studying that the physical phenomenon. I come to realize that the thing 99% of the thing that's shaping the waves in the water is the wind. Is the wind 90 something like 98 or something like that 98%. And it's very interesting because we can relate, like if you relate the elements with the elements in our body, we have this symbol as well. Like physical is the matter of body. Water, physical the matter, and then water is the emotion, and then air is the thinking, and then fire is the spirit. So if you see the symbol here, when the wind is hitting the water, the mass of water, and then moving the water, we could say that actually the mind, we can make the relation that our thoughts are the one are shaping our emotions. And then this is how they say to avoid the Citraviti. Citraviti had hurricanes and hurricanes about my thoughts. I remember once I was not into yoga yet, and one time I was dating someone, and then we broke up. I was very unhappy, and then she just told me that she might was going. I was in a university, like having the doing my last semester, and full of all of university works, and I was just writing one of the uh, works I had to do for approve one of the signatures. And then I had this conversation with her, and she just told me like she probably was pregnant with me because she didn't have the menstruation for many days, and then she was already seeing that I was totally angry, totally out of myself, like draining my emotions that I couldn't do. I was just, after the conversation, I couldn't do anything. I was trying to work on my assignment, and I couldn't do anything. I was getting out, I was trying to breathing or do something. Nothing was really working. And this is what happened to many of us when we just get drained by emotions, you know? And what we make us drained by emotions is our thoughts. Because if you have a calm mind, emotions are calm as well. So what creates the unstable emotions is the sita vritti. So from the yoga perspective, what we try to do is to avoid the sita. So develop a self-observation, and when you're checking that you are entering in a point of view where you see that your mind is going like a tornado, like one thought to another one, to another one, to another one, and feeling this, and other things, just a moment to wait, what is happening here? A moment to observe yourself, calm yourself, do some breathings, and say, ah, release, and then accept. And then the situations start to disappear. And there's a few other techniques. I hope you have time to get on this. Can you come back another 2 slides, Miriam, just to come back to the 8 limbs of yoga? One more. So, from the Pratyahara point of view, from the management of the control of emotions point of view, we're going to observe the yamas and niyamas and everything, which are very important here. What is actually the proposal of yoga for a happy and meaningful life? It's not just about emotions, it's about a whole happy and meaningful life. And related with the question we had before as well. So, in the yama, I said ahimsa, the non-violence. So, how that could be useful for our emotions? Because if you see, if I hurting others, as everything is connecting, I hurting myself as well. The only thing is that I don't realize how I'm hurting myself as well. So if I develop an attitude of try to resolve my problems without being violent with others, then I start to develop more happiness. And as well, like there's a law of karma. It's called the karma, which is action and reaction. Whatever I do to others, am I gonna receive it back? So if you guys want to receive negative things, start to do negative things around the world. You will receive that in some way, not maybe from the same people, but from other people. We still don't know how that really works, but it works like that. It works like that. You will receive what you're given. So it's better to give positive things, so you're receiving positive, positive things as well, without really expecting. And then one of the things with the non-violence is as well feeding yourself with something that it doesn't came from act of violence. So feeding the talking about food, being vegetarian or being vegan here is the best. Uh, when I was when I changed my diet to be vegetarian, I could feel how my emotions really changed to be better to was really a big change, and I start feel like my emotion was a lot more stable. I can manage a lot more, and I was feeling a lot more happy than before. So less depression, less. Of course, still having my emotions. The negative emotion was less than before, much more less. Satya, to say the truth all the time. How is related this to pratyahara, to your emotions? Because if you lie, as the body and emotions and mind are connected, when you say lies, you're trying to all your muscles in your face and your body to tell the things is it true, the thing you are lying about. So you say, I feel good. No, why don't say you're true? Oh, I feel terrible. You just don't say. Just say the truth. No, the world not gonna end. If someone is dressing something, how that looks to me, oh, I think doesn't look very good. Well, sometimes being truthfulness is not that nice, but then if you learn ways to express yourself without being negative, you will find ways. The most important here is to have a clear connection on what are you feeling internally or what you express to outside. Because when you are expressing something outside that you are not feeling, you are lying to yourself. And then it became a mechanism. It became a mechanism. And then suddenly you don't even gonna know what are you feeling. But if you're all the time at telling your own truth, you are reinforcing this mechanism. This is one of the way of reshaping our belief systems. You start to believe more in yourself, and then your voice it becomes more confident. And if you say the truth all the time, you will feel a lot more confident and a lot more freedom. Of course, all of this you have to experiment by yourself because it's your own belief system. It's not just take it for granted and then just do it. Just you have to experiment by yourself and little by little get to understand how the things work. Uh, okay, the other ones, asteya is non-stealing. It's it could be like material things, but if you speak about emotions, it's not stealing emotions as well. Be emotionally independent. Do not depend on others or have a healthier emotional life. So it means I could be alone and I could be happy. I don't need to be have someone beside me to be happy. If someone want to accompany me, oh, that's grateful and that's wonderful, and it's a big uh, gift of the life of the universe or whatever you call it, and I will enjoy that. But if it's not there, I, I I could be independent as well. So then, with that attitude, we start to develop and learn like we could be self-sustainable ourselves with our emotions. Hmm? Brahmacharya is about taking care where you put your energy or manage your energy. Some people just relate that with sexual energy, but it's more than that. It's like where you put all your energy, where you put your time, the people you meet, the activities you do, everything. Everything is all related with where you put in your energy. If you really do the things you like to do, or if you do the things not really feeling well about it. And on an emotional point of view is to manage, take care the emotional environment you are into. So surround yourself by positive people. And if you're strong enough, so you could start to help another people to make them feel better, to make them feel more positive. Aparigraha is as well non-accumulation. Non-accumulation is as well non-accumulation of emotions. Most of the sickness we develop related with emotions is because we accumulate negative emotions. Because we accumulate anger. So many years, some families are so many years they don't speak with the relatives because they hate each other. That's stupid. I believe it's stupid. Sorry if someone really believes that it's worth it, but I believe there's no reason for that. Instead of talking and resolve your conflicts. But do not accumulate yourself negative emotions, or do not accumulate even positive emotions. If you feel a positive emotion, express it. So this is how from the Pratyahara point of view. Here we talk about flow with your emotions, express on the moment you feel. If you feel anger, if you feel with someone, express it. It's no problem. Hey, I'm angry with you because this happened, you act like this way, it's not fair to me, and I have all the right to tell you in a good manner, in a good way, in a positive way, express. So then the energy that is inside me it go outside. What's happened with your Wi-Fi, Miriam? Something there. Okay, we continue. Oh, we lost Miriam.
Yeah, sorry, I had to change my Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay, okay, but you're there.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we were talking about yamas and niyamas. And then niyama, I'm gonna go faster so we have time to questions maybe and to make a few small exercises. So sauka is purity to cleanliness, cleanliness not just of your body as well, cleanliness of your mind, of your thoughts. The clean, observe the thoughts you put in your mind and clean your mind once in a while. Meditation here is essential. When you practice meditation, meditation is a practice that you could clean your mind from negative thoughts that will become negative emotions later. Santosa is to develop attitude of happiness all the time. Whatever is happening in your life, even if you're having a hard moment, see the positive of it and develop an attitude of gratitude, even with the bad things. You know, even if a relative dies, I could be happy because all the time I share with him or her. Even if my car gets struck by other car, I could learn something from that. Even if I lose my money, even if I lose my wallet on the street or something, even if my girlfriend kicked me or something like that, or my relationship is not going well, I could learn something from that. And I could develop the attitude of being grateful with the life I have in this moment. And that develop an attitude of being positive in your life. Tapas discipline is how, as well how you manage your energy to really accomplish the things that you want. If you, for example, you say, because to change your belief system, you need strong, you need to develop a will. If you don't have a will, you will not, it was very difficult to change your belief system. Hello?
Yes?
I hear someone talking. No?
Oh, maybe I'm in a public
Okay,
place. So.
okay, no problem. Yeah, I thought maybe it was a question. So. No, I was talking about tapas, discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so when you really want to achieve something in your life, you have to have a strong will. You have to know how to focus your energy to the things you want in your life. So for that, it's really useful to develop a sense of discipline. Let's say, for example, I will wake up early and do exercise every morning. But if I'm very far from that, I say, okay, let's do it once a week. And then Saturday or Monday or Tuesday, I will wake up once a week, every early, and do exercise and see how I feel. If I start to make that habit, then I will realize that I'm happy to change my life. So I start to develop confidence on myself that I could reshape my my minds, my thoughts, and whatever happened, I keep that and I stick to that and I keep my own discipline. So that made me realize that I'm able to achieve whatever I'm feeling I can do. Is to develop the power that you have inside to actually put that power outside in material things. Svadhyaya is a self-study and as well as study of sacred books. But on the self-study is to learn about myself, about from the Pratyahara point of view is to study myself, study how my emotion, develop the attitude of observe myself. How are my reactions? So in the meditation, they say to develop the observer that is inside you. So someone is myself as well. That it's observing my physical reactions, my physical sensations, my perceptions, and observing my thoughts as well and my emotions as well. So I could learn about how the things that make me happy me happy, and I could learn about the thing that doesn't make me happy. And then I follow the thing that makes me happy. And then with the self-study as well, I could develop like, okay, what are the things that make me angry? Or what are the things that make me sad? And I could start to avoid the things or manage or do the things the way I could manage to overcome this sadness or anger or express it as well. And Ishvara Pranidhana, which is surrender to self, it's in the Pratyahara point of view is going to speak about surrender, which is whenever like you feel that the tsunami is coming and you could not do anything. Okay, just grab a big tree, hold it very tight, and then wait for the water just to pass. Because it's not, you can't do anything for fight against. You can run away, but it's no option to run away. Okay, you just surrender to the will of the higher being or whatever you want to call it, and then it's like, and then from the emotions as well is to surrender to your emotions as well, understand your emotions and getting as you're living. Okay, I'm feeling anger. Okay, I'm feeling anger. Okay, I feel sad. I feel sad. I'm not negating my sadness. I'm letting myself be there. I just gonna wait a little bit to then to have to pass because emotions are not fixed and not stick. And that's it. The other thing is to practice some physical things, some asana, some pranayama with exercise of pranayama will help you a lot to actually focus your mind and focus your mind because focusing the mind develop the capacity of concentration. You could by your own will put the energy when you want to put it. Even if you're feeling a lot of negative emotions, you could subtract yourself and then do the things you want to do, even having these old tornadoes of feelings around you. Okay, can we come back to the slides of the reshaping? Oh, there's someone from Ecuador. That's cool. Thank you. Miriam, can we come back to the reshaping of the belief systems?
Sure.
So someone asked, what was the question?
How does it, how it works, basically the reshaping? How do we go from the first one to the second and, the difference?
Yeah, yeah, well, uh, consciousness is something that is integrative. Consciousness is not something, when we speak about separativity, that is not consciousness. That is consciousness is always including everything, including everything. So when we talk about ourselves as human beings, we are like glaciers. You know the glaciers, or not the glaciers, the icebergs. The icebergs. What we can see from the iceberg is kind of 10% of the whole volume of the iceberg. But there's a lot of things. As a human being, we have a lot of things that is hiding under the water, in the darkness. Or Rebecca just left. In the darkness, and we cannot see it. It is all of the things, if we speak about consciousness, this is all of the things I'm not accepting for myself, or all the potentialities I also could have that hidden in myself that I doesn't express to the outer world. So the process of consciousness is take all the thing that is hidden and to put it on light. So bringing all of this to light. There's always going to be something down because it has to be stable. But usually down there are those experiences that we feel like a negative experience in our life, like traumatic experience, violence against us, or abuses, or um, fears, or experience of death of other people, whatever we feel as a negative from life, we hide inside because we are so afraid to leave the negative emotions. We're so afraid of sadness. We are so afraid of all the negativity that are inside us. So one of the ways of putting that is some of what we were talking about before is surrender to your own negative emotions. Explore your inner world, like self-study, get to know about yourself and start to put the things out. Maybe find someone who you could talk about, someone like confident, you could feel confident to speak about. If you don't have a psychologist friend over there, well, you could go to psychologist therapy as well. But if you have a friend and you feel really confident, you could express your things as well. And then it's how I put it, all of that into my conscience. So the thing is about finding your own light, like finding your own, the little pieces that inside of you are broken to reshaping and putting together again to become one again. It's a process of acceptations. And this one technique was I was applying before was very interesting. Like when you're passing something, a bad experience, when you feel draining, totally draining your energy on something, you have to come back to yourself and come back to yourself, to the things that you feel like you truly believe you are good at. You need reaffirmation. If I get fired from my work, if I lose someone that was close to me, if I broke up with my girlfriend or my boyfriend or something like that, I feel totally drained on my energy. You have to come back to believe in yourself again. And to believe in yourself again, you have to start with the things that actually are in the belief system. Because you say, okay, I'm going to think on something positive about myself. But if it's not inside of your belief system, you're not gonna. Yeah, I could say, "Oh, I'm the most wonderful person in the world," but I don't really believe that. So it's not inside of your belief system. So if it's not inside of your belief system, you're not gonna accept it. So you have to put something that is inside your belief system. For example, I could say, "What are my capacities?" Okay, I'm good writing, or I'm good drawing. Okay, and then you could take that and make an essay about that. This one guy explore about like he called it that I don't remember the name now. I could share it in the links later on the events about this. Here's a small video how to apply first emotional eye to yourself when you're passing an experience about negative experience, and it was very useful. You can write down a few things positive about yourself. You can take one of the things that wrote inside, and it really works. It really works. This is one of the things. How can you reshape yourself? Reshaping yourself is about gaining consciousness. And there's a lot of things you can do. You can do yoga, tai chi, meditation. It's a lot. I want to give you guys, because we are reaching the time already. Let's try to do one exercise of Pratyahara. And let's see how this goes. I'm standing here. So one of the things with exercise. Oh, if you guys have any question, please go on. I'm just gonna show one of the things we can do about Pratyahara, one of the exercises on Pratyahara. The thing here is to really come back to this present moment. Pratyahara is all about being on your present. Because when you are living negative emotions, you are on the past or you are in the future if you're feeling anxiety. You are in the past if you're feeling depression from something or anger or something that happened before. So the thing with pratyahara is to really connect through your breathing and through the senses to this present moment. So one simple technique of pratyahara, I'm going to show that. It's just wherever you are, it works a lot more better in an open field or in the forest. You can just go on the steps and be very aware of everything that's happening when you're doing the steps. So you're walking and you're feeling through your senses the touching of your feet with the ground, you're feeling the temperature, you're feeling everything that is coming to you on the moment that you're moving. And you're feeling as well how your muscles are moving and the internal movement of your internal muscles and feeling everything. And then your breathing as well. Your breathing, deep connection with your breathing. So this is what, if you're feeling like sitavitis are coming, like this turbulence, mental turbulence, you could apply one of these. The other ones are exercise with breathing. For example, there's one exercise is called like it's one of the exercises of pranayama, but it could be such as like a breathing exercise. It's like breathing one nose and then another one. That brings just more awareness of your breathing. So it's counting like inhalation, exhalation, and then the other one, inhalation, exhalation. Is it all about perceiving yourself in your senses? But anyway, just a little exercise. It could be just breathing normally. You know that the lungs have the shape of a triangle, so breathing to have a deeper breathing. When the people say have a deep breathing, it's sort of, and that's not the way of having a good deep breathing. The deep breathing is happening in this area, the lower part of your lungs. This is actually moving. That's not the way of having deep breathing. Deep breathing. Well, I'm using myself. Okay, I'll just continue. So, Miriam, I think your microphone. Something happened. Sorry, I blocked your microphone, Miriam, because I was listening myself. So the the exercise of breathing, which is could be very simple one, is just be aware of your breathing and the feelings of the air entering through your nose, getting inside your lungs, going deeper inside you, and then when you go out. Hmm? So it's now pose like a position of where you could be like this, very straight, very calm, your chest very open, and then feel your inner lungs, and then out. In just a few breathings, if you do really connected, you could go deep into yourself, and then you could feel like you are feeling more in present, more connected with this present moment. And whenever the turbulences came, you just come back to your senses of your breathing. So give the mind to a task to do. Focus on the breathing. All the feelings, all the sensations, the air entering, and all the feelings, all the sensations when the air is coming out. In just a few breathings, I just feel a lot more relaxed than before. Okay, wonderful people. Any question? We are in the time already. There's a lot more things to talk about, but this was a short talk, and I just wanted to share with you a few brief things. We have as well a study group, so if you guys feel motivating to go deeper into these kind of things, you can contact us, and maybe we can include you in one of the study groups we having online. There's a regular meetings where we do some practical exercise to improve and have more connection in your life through conscience, through study, then in a very practical way. Uh, we might gonna have. Oh, Miriam, I can activate your microphone. I muted your microphone, but I cannot activate it now. Sorry, you should activate it by yourself, I guess. Well, let me see if there's any question there.
Yes, it's back.
Okay, you're back. But you're sharing your screen.
Yeah. Do you want me to finish?
I don't, I don't see any question. You guys have questions, Rebecca, Miriam? No?
No, I think it's quite clear. I mean, maybe after some recap, because it was quite a lot of information. But now, nothing that I can think about.
Okay. Oh, Maisha right now say thank you for sharing. Let's work together for a better world. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Michael. We're trying. Being happy, connect with your emotions is one of the first steps to do that. Okay, we might gonna be having in maybe another 2 or 3 weeks another talk. This time it's gonna be about the seven hermetic principles. Seven. This Hermes Trismegisto was someone said it was a master, but actually it was three schools of masters and disciples, and they wrote a book, a traditional book, which came from the Egypt knowledge tradition, which speak about seven principles of the universe. That if you learn them, it could be very useful for us. Some of the principles of everything is in mind. The universe is shape of mind. They speak about some of them is the polarity is present in everything, the rhythm. If you understand the rhythm, we can know when we can do the things to have a better results, and when we have to just slow down and wait for the things to happen. And well, it's very interesting. I mean, yeah, we will be sharing our channel. And we have a Facebook page. You could join. It's called aquariusonline.org. I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave our comments what you think. And thank you everyone for watching this and being with us this whole 1 hour something that it was here. Thank you, Miriam.
you're welcome. It was
Okay.
a pleasure to be here and help with this.
Okay. Thank you everyone. Good night.
Bye bye.
See you in the next one.